Do the thing. All right. Hello and welcome. I um I have like 14 different directions that I wanted to go this morning, and we're gonna see kind of where this takes us. But for those of you who've been here in the past couple of weeks, we've been talking a lot about kind of the tangibles and like how we actually do the work. Like, what does it mean to do the work? What does that actually mean? How do we do it? We hear it a lot, right? Do the work, become the version of yourself, right? Who become the next version, right? Become a new version of yourself. So like how do we actually do that, right? So today we're going to start a little bit more tactical, and we're probably going to end a little less tactical. But as you all know, we need both, right? We need action, and we need the energy and the being and the intention and the goals, right? We need the non-tangibles and we need the tangibles. So what I would love for you all to do, this might also be like, there might be some moments here where it might be helpful to have a notepad or a journal or just a note on your phone. I'm gonna give you guys some questions. So feel free to get ready, grab whatever you got to get. But we're also going to be in the chat. This is going to be interactive as always. If you guys can be on camera, please do. I love to be able to see faces, and not just little Zoom squares. Obviously, be safe. Do your thing. All right, we got some peeps coming in. I love this. Okay. So the first couple of questions I want you guys to get into the chat. Ooh, wait a second, Rick. I just saw your message. Okay. For those of you who don't know, last week, Rick was very, very brave, and put himself into some hot seat coaching that we did last week. And he shared right at 9 a.m. that he put in his first SLO. Wednesday, he got his first lead, first call appointment yesterday, 3.5 hours with the customer, 4 apps for $3,200. What in the world? Congratulations, Rick. I'm sorry, I had to take a pause. I had to take a pause from the meeting to shout that out, Rick. That is incredible. 4 apps in one from one lead. Oh my gosh. And that's probably just going to end up being a referral source for you. Congratulations, Rick.
That's my running buddy. Great job, Rick. Let's go.
Incredible.
Thank you, Trevor.
All right, so we're going to stick with this for a second, Rick. I'd love for you to unmute and just share. How does that feel?
It feels like a breath of fresh air after suffering with G's and H's for a long time, but it's also given me energy to charge through the G's and H's this weekend with fervor and energy. I'm going to try to do more than 100 dials today and another 60, 70 tomorrow. So
amazing.
It was great.
Incredible. Congratulations. That is super exciting. And absolutely, once we get into that, it lights us up for like whatever that next piece is. So you got the SLO for some A's, incredible, but you're still working through some of those older leads. It's going to make it more exciting, right? And then when those new ones drop, it's possible. Oh, I love it. I love it. Congratulations, Rick. Okay. So we're gonna dive in. I would love for you all to drop in the chat, what is your October goal or intention? So it might be activity, it might be APV, it might be more intention based, but I would love for you to drop in what your October goal is. Tanya, I hope I'm saying that right. Yep, SLO is a standing lead order. So that's when you order leads, and every single week, however many you bought, so say you have a standing lead order for 5 leads every week, that day, that lead order fulfills itself. I can't, honey, sorry. I'm on a call right now, babe. You can open it. All right, so October, what do we got? Another 18K for Rick. Trevor's going for team leader. Trevor, are you going for month 1 or month 2? Did you finish month 1 already?
No, I'm on month 1.
Okay, amazing. Christine, getting some apps. Christine, I would love for you to be more specific. How many apps? How many APVs, or like number count or APV? What is some apps? What is that? Get specific. Jeanette, more shows. Cool. How many? Either a percentage of appointments booked that do show up, or or a specific number. Kimberly has been dialing every day for over 40 days. Absolutely love that, Kimberly. I'm so proud of you. I know that that was hard for you to commit to, but you've shown up for 40 days, you guys. Kimberly has dialed every single day. She had some resistance to dialing on Sundays. We had a good conversation. She said, I'm doing it. So same thing for you, Kimberly. What is getting apps? Like, get specific. How many apps? What IPV do you want to put up on the board? Sorry, my daughter. My daughter is playing with dog food next to me. So if there's some fun noise, it's her playing with dog food, because why not? Maura's October intention is to get back into consistent activity after not severe, but very serious back surgery. So I love to see that, getting back into some momentum. And getting it. She knew I was going to ask, so she got her specifics in there. Brett is going for 100% in team leader. Amazing, Christine. Okay, so 10K. Marie wants to put in her first SLO question mark. I like the question mark there. Kimberly 2,500. Okay, great. I love this. Okay, so we are going for. I always urge you guys, if it is October 11th and your October goal is something like some apps or more shows, right? You got to get really specific about what that goal is. So if it's the 11th and you don't have that specificity, name that right now. What is the October goal? Consistency, the same production every day, minimum 100 dial 6 days a week. I love that, Tonya. Okay. So now we are at the beginning of week 3. October is fantastic because it is a 5-week turn. So we have 5 weeks to do what we normally have 4 weeks to do, whether you're going for a promotion, if you're going for a pay increase. So assess. We're going to have a quick assessment. Drop a 1 in the chat if you are at least 40% of the way to your goal. Whatever that goal is that you just shared. Please stop doing that, honey. You can't put the dog food. Nope, you can go get his food bowl and you can put it in his food bowl, but you can't put it on the floor. Sorry, guys. Okay. 1, if you are at least 40% of the way there. Drop a 2 if you're not quite there. And 0, y'all know this. No shame. We all know that the majority of what we do happens in the last week or 2 anyway. All right, so just quick assessment time, right? Are we there? Where are we? What percentage are we? Are we 37% of the way there? Are we 10% of the way there? Are we 0% of the way there, right? 3 weeks. You guys, typically we have 4 weeks. Right now we have 3 weeks. So we have all the time. We have all the time in the world to create whatever we want to create in this month. So what I want you to ask you, and if you want to share in the chat, amazing. If you just want to kind of journal, I'll give you guys kind of a second for these questions. So if you want to type it out in a note, if you want to journal, I want you to ask yourself a question. And you don't have to get really lengthy, but just think of 1 or 2 things. What are you doing? What is happening right now in your schedule, in your routine, in your work, in your business? What is working right now? Maybe 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things. What is working? It could be your commitment, your dedication. It could be your activity. It could be your PV. Recruiting is working. Focus is working. Ooh, team mentor running buddy. Absolutely, Rick. Little shout out for Trevor. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to switch the view here. If anybody's watching the recording, I'm going to switch the view just so I can see. Okay. Consistency. Absolutely, Kimberly. You have been crushing that. Okay. We're going to flip the script. What's not working? What isn't working? Maybe that's your commitment. Maybe that's the activity. Maybe what's not working is your focus. Maybe the association isn't there. All right, Rick, we went from like pure call reluctance to partial call reluctance, and we're gonna keep moving that needle. I love it. But like you said, you've got some fervor for today, so I love it. Okay, so this is low call nerves. Yep. Commitment, consistency, focus is working. So right now, if you guys are just coming in, we're sharing in the chat what is working, right? We're looking at our goal for October. Are we 40% of the way there? What is working? What is not working? If you haven't asked these questions, if you're not making these assessments, I absolutely cannot believe what my daughter is doing right now. She's throwing dog food all over. Elijah, please come here. Will you come sit in my lap and say hi to all the people? Sorry, typically she's with her father on Saturday mornings. All right. So what is, when you're kind of looking at what's working, what's not working, what is one thing that gets to shift right now, today, beginning of week 3? What is one thing that needs to shift? Is it that you commit to being on the accountability call every single day? Is it that you check in with your running buddy? If you don't have a running buddy, maybe you have a group chat that you can hold accountable to. Maybe there is more association. Maybe there's some training. Maybe you just need to up that activity, right? Jim always says it, right? We can control our activity. We can't always control what happens. We can't always control if something is approved. I had 2-hour appointment this past week, and a woman lied to me about being diabetic. And then when I called her out on it, I didn't like call her out like in a confrontational way, but I was like getting curious after she got declined. And she hung up on me. So can't control that, right? There are things out of our control. I hope she calls me back. I called her back a few times, left a few messages. We'll see. I want to help her. We'll see what happens. Staying in a good mood after a no-show. Ooh, I feel like we could have an entire call just on that right there. How to do that. Here's my advice on that real quick, Rick. Give yourself 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute to not feel good, right? Get it out. Do what you got to do. Feel it. And then just decide, just go, you got to get curious and go on the hunt and find that next one. Because here's the thing. A lot of no-shows, that doesn't mean they're dead. It doesn't mean that they never come back. I have plenty of no-shows that still get back on the books. So that's another piece too, is it's just, it is a hiccup for sure. Absolutely, Jenny. Like we're like, if only you knew that we have like businesses and that like we're real people, you know, like, okay. So one thing, you got your one thing that needs to shift. Declare it. If your buddy, your accountability buddy, a teammate, a friend, if you don't have a person that you can share this with, if that person isn't here, or maybe even if that person is here, like maybe Rick and Trevor, you are texting each other right now, like, this is the one thing that needs to shift. This is what I need accountability for. This is where I'm going. This is what I need to do or become. Here, that's where we're going. Yep, I'm at work too. Yep. I love when people are like, oh, can you just like call me at this one specific time? And I'm like, actually, no, I am booked for the next 5 hours, but I can call you tomorrow at this time. Get him back. Okay, go say good morning to Papa. You can go say good morning. Okay, I don't know. Nana's probably sleeping. Okay. Last one that I want you guys to think about, and this is where, you know, we need both, right? We need the yin and yang. We need the balance. We need the tactical and the not tactical. This is, and we only have 1 minute, but I'll say what I can about this before we go. I want you to think about and share it in the chat so that if we do have some time for some feedback, I'll put it in there. We talk a lot about what you need to do to hit your goals. And if you guys know me, if you've been on these calls before, you know that you can do more and generate more of the same result if you're not pulling back those layers, if you're not doing the work, which is what we've been talking about the past few weeks. And so what I want you to think about is step out of the doing for a second. What way of being? What is a way that you need to be? What do you need to embody to make this happen? So it could be committed. It could be that you need to be more playful. You need to have more fun. It could be that you need to be more disciplined, but not thinking of action. Okay, so Rick, focused. Absolutely. So think about what you need to be, because here's what oftentimes what happens is we think like, oh, well, when I start making the money, then I'll feel more abundant, right? Or I'll feel more grateful or whatever it is. So we're waiting for the thing to happen. But the truth is, there are things that you can do, Rick, today to be more focused. Trevor, there are things that you can do today to get into alignment. Maybe that's a meditation. Maybe that's touching grass. Maybe that's going for a walk. Maybe that's journaling for 5 minutes and reminding yourself what you are here to do this for, right? Rick, maybe it's stretches or exercises or a walk. Maybe it is a focus. A lot of times meditation and exercise and moving your body. Those are the answer for a lot of these things. Keeping joy in my life. Yeah, joy. Feeling joyful. What can you do today, Maura, to feel joyful? Doesn't take very long, right? You could have a 3-minute dance party in your, I know you can't dance right now. So that was a bad example, but other people, if you need to create joy, you can create a dance party. But maybe you have a dance party with the kids and the kids are dancing and you're able to laugh and enjoy a silly song with them, right? Sorry, that was not cool. That's my running buddy. I should be more sensitive there. Being more assertive, setting better boundaries. I love this, Kimberly. Being assertive. Do something today that like enforce a boundary today. Maybe it's with yourself. Maybe it's with a friend or a family member. If I don't know if you are working today, your other job, but enforce a boundary, communicate a boundary today. Be assertive in that, right? Don't wait for something to happen for you to respond to it. Okay, these are my questions. I had another tangent I was going to go on. I'm going to save that for next week. But have 3 weeks. It is the beginning of week 3 on a 5-week turn. You guys there's so much available to us today. So assess, decide the one thing that needs to shift, communicate that, stick to it, and think about it in terms of who do you need to become? What is the way of being you need to embody so that one thing that needs to shift just shifts because you were embodying the kind of person who gets that done. It is 9:18. I went over. I love you all. Thank you for your time. Happy Saturday. Happy week 3. I will see you guys in the Mac room. Have no idea what my morning is looking like because of childcare, but I do have a couple appointments, but I'll be in the Mac room. Love you all. Happy week 3. See you guys soon.
Love you, Marcy. You rock.
Thank you guys. Love you. Thank you for being here.
Marcy. Thank you.